3 spots above him is Gerald Sporer. Continues his good recent run. Sporer's biggest today is a 4.9. His most recent was 3 pounds 8 ounces. And Sporer right there with that 3.8. He is at 15 pounds 4 ounces. Remember, Gerald Sporer is coming off a couple of good events. And last time we saw him, he was able to get the automatic qualifying trip. That was stage 1 on the Bass Pro Tour. Didn't fish in heavy hitters, but he was an automatic qualifier to the championship round where he finished 3rd, Marty.
Having a nice run here. 10:11 a.m. He catches one on a jerkbait, then goes on a run, adds 4 fish on the score tracker. 110, 203, 115, 308. All on a jerkbait, all around rock.
How does Marty know that? Well, he subscribes to Score Tracker.
Nope. We're over here the first time today. Gerald Sporer. Been throwing a jerkbait. Yeah, Marty, that's one of the things. Jerkbait used to always, guys only throw it pre-spawn, and now we're starting to see how versatile it really is.
It started out real slow. Well, I say started out real slow. I started my day with a 4-pounder in the first spot I stopped in. That was cool. And noticed the shad weren't spawning. I started where shad were spawning in practice, and they weren't spawning this morning where I started, but I still caught that big fish and caught a few short ones and jumped over to this stretch. This stretch was really good to me in practice, but these fish don't seem to do the same thing every day. If they're not set up in a feeding position, you will not catch them. I mean, they'll just suspend out here. Right here is rocks, but right here is 70, 80, 100 foot of water. And they'll suspend right out here, and they're really hard to catch. But when they decide to get up in position, they bite real good. So the first few places I ran were like that. It's like they just weren't set up. So I just started running, kept running stuff, and kept catching some non-scorables, and finally I hooked up with like a 7-pounder on this jerkbait, and did all I could to keep it out of some dock cables, and I lost it. This is a little light rod with 10-pound line, and I was trying to put the wood to him to keep him out of the cables and lost him. So that was a heartbreaker. And but that got my head right. I was like, I just need to keep doing what I'm doing, because this is the best way to get bit, if you ask me. And so I just kept with the program and started running into some scoreable fish, and just got to keep running new water. It's not a spot deal. It's definitely a pattern deal. So just got to find the right stretches, and you catch a few.
To your point, I think in the last 12, 18 months, I've seen 2 lures that have always been pigeonholed, a jerkbait and a frog. That I'm seeing anglers use in more and more wide variety. I can't remember the last time you and I were at this desk that we didn't see during an event a jerkbait and a frog. Now the frog might get tested this week,
right?
Whether we're going to see it or not. But jerkbait is definitely become a major player in all phases of the spawn and during the year.
We're getting a good look at Sporer's Lowrance units there. I'm sure come tomorrow's qualifying round, Group B, we might see a little bit more of the active target come into play in this clear water.
Oh, you're just wanting it to.
It will. You watch.
I thought this was going to be an event it could possibly dominate before it's over with.
Sporer gets another one here. Don't think that one's going to be scoreable. But you want tomorrow's Group B has a lot more of the guys that are a lot more affluent.
The score anyway.
I agree with that.
With the active target and the forward-facing sonar.
It's about 1 pound and 3 ounces. I weighed enough of them.
Chris Lane caught a 2 pound 4 ounce bass, and he moved into 6th place, bumping you down to 7th. So he has 16 pounds 3 ounces. You have 15 pounds 4 ounces.
Me and Chris got 20 bucks. $20 bet on this. Double or nothing from the. I took his money at Rayburn. I wanted double or nothing.
Spore's sporting the Gruden rain gear, tennis shoes as well. You ran out of here the other day with your size 13s, didn't you?
I did.
You tried them on yet?
I have. I've worn them.
Okay. I'm still waiting for Chad to pick out what color he
Top
wants.
5 are
I'm not
Brent
going to
Chapman
wait
with
much
29
longer.
pounds 7
He's going to
ounces.
get
Mark
what's
Rose
left back
with
there.
29 pounds 6 ounces. Takahiro Mori's in 3rd with 18 pounds 12 ounces. Alton Jones Jr. is in 18 pounds, has 18 pounds 5 ounces, and Mark Daniels Jr. has 16 pounds 6 ounces.
What's the cut line?
Cut line is 5 pounds 11 ounces.
Now Gerald Sporer.
That will score. Oh. Get him away from these treetops. £10 line. Ain't no boat flipping going on here. That's how you do it. I don't know how I lost that 7-pounder with them triple grips.
£2 5 ounces.
Let's check him again.
Okay.
Looks better than that.
£2 5 ounces.
All right. We'll take it. Pretty bass. Healthy. He was stunned for a second. That's how it is, just going on down the bank. Twitching this Mega Bass 110. 10-pound Seaguar Braze X. Every now and then you snag one.
How about Gerald Sporer backing up a top 10? The last time we saw him on the Bass Pro Tour, he's in 7th place. 7 scoreable bass, including a 4-1 today.
Yeah, I had the best period of any angler in this last one, caught 5 scoreable for 11 pounds. Doing it on the strength of a Megabass 110 jerkbait. Sporer is having now back-to-back good events in Texas. Yeah, if this was a best 5, he'd be working on about a 17-pound day.
Here's Sporer.
And so would Rose.
Oh my goodness. I don't know what this is. Oh, I got him in the head. He's a scoreable though. Oh, no.
Oh, that's going to be a fish landing violation, Gerald. 2-minute penalty. £2 pounds, 2 ounces.
All right. Spots all over. I think it felt like a giant.
Two minutes in the penalty box, but he avoids the dreaded double whammy. At least the fish was scoreable.
An arm knotting up on me.
Throw a jerkbait all day long. People do not realize how physically demanding. So one thing I've always admired about Kevin could throw that thing for 4 days in a row, all day, every day. And what Sporer's going through is exactly what happens to most. And Kevin, it's like he never phases it.
Back to Sporer, out of the penalty box. They've stacked on his 2-pounder a moment ago. He sits in 7th place.
JT was here, that Doppler 9,685,000. It would show it was a 100% chance of rain right now.
That's where he is. He's updating the forecast, I think.
Probably getting upgraded equipment as well. Again.
I doubt it. We'll put him on the scales real quick now.
What do you think? That one going to be 1.8? I'm with you. I don't think there's much to worry about. But Gerald knows it better than we.
Settle down, dude. 1 pound, 6 ounces.
Give it another.
Nice Guadalupe. Looks like a smallmouth. They put on my freaking Grundon suit. It's in that compartment, right where your foot's at.
How many times have we seen anglers get on a run? Sporer, great event at Rayburn. Following it up with another.
Sporer. He's got the full Grundon's gear out now in the rainfall.
I'm just running. I mean, I didn't even fish this in practice. All I did in practice was establish the pattern. Once I figured the pattern out, I just said I'll run it. I'll run it all over the lake. That's kind of how I fished this place last time I was here. Instead of trying to figure out every way you can get a bite, it's more important to just figure out the best way to get a bite. And then you run everything in the blind, because one thing I know about this lake is different stretches are good on different days. So you don't want to get keyed in on location as much as you do. That gumming, I hit that rope with my jerkbait. As much as you do with the pattern. So that's all I'm doing. I was running new water, the right kind of stuff with the jerk bait, and so far it's tough today, but it's enough to keep me in the hunt. Now I need to retrieve this thing. I done lost $100 in jerk baits today. I'm not losing another one. Ow! Ow!
Careful.
Oh, shit.
Getting a good look at the tread pattern on those Grundon C-knit shoes.
Nice. Excellent traction on the deck of the boat. Over to now was 6th in that event here in 2018.
Huh? Still jerking my arm off. Feels like it's about to fall off. Just catching a few non-squirters, but I haven't really been getting bit too good. I got further down the lake and I lost my jerk bait that was key. Now I'm just getting by with stuff I really don't have the same confidence in. The only thing that's different is this little rainstorm came through. And I'm further down the lake. I felt like further up the lake was the best stuff. And the bait, running back up there. I know they got plenty of fish down here, though. I just feel like those fish are a little bit further along up there. So they're relating more to the shad pattern. How you doing?
Gerald, I'll give you a score tracker update.
12 ounces, 16 scoreable bass for the day. Gerald Sporer sits in 9th place. Good day. Pretty much stayed up in the top 15 or 12 all day long, JT.
He did. He's had some good finishes on this lake before, and he employed a jerkbait most of the day today, fishing it around boat docks, around steeper bluff walls, just several different types of cover, but all with the same result, above the Toro cut line.
Cushion over the cut line. Hopefully the fishing gets better. It was really good in practice. Today was tough for whatever reason. We got a front, I don't know. But hopefully it gets better like it was in practice and we can really put on a show. But I'm glad I survived today and I'm grateful, and thank you everybody for watching, and I will see you on Sunday.